years ago, people across the world found themselves locked inside their homes amid the COVID-19 pandemic and desperately seeking diversions. Not surprisingly, Netflix saw its fortunes skyrocket. The OTT giant reportedly saw an addition of 36 million subscribers in 2020. This was the highest annual growth the company had seen since its video streaming debut in 2007. But that was then. Multiple factors, ranging from increasing inflation to even the Russian invasion of Ukraine, have been playing spoilers for it now. These have pushed Netflix to consider rolling out affordable subscription plans that would be supported by advertising. While revealing the plan, Netflix co-CEO Reed Hastings said that the company would look into the details involved over the next 1 year or two. How big a change this is for the company after years of offering commercial-free content was reflected in Hastings' observation on the topic. He hadn't been in favor of advertising in the past, but catering to consumers who were willing to tolerate advertising in return for lower prices made a lot of sense, Hastings said. Basically, this is Netflix's AVOD play. The acronym AVOD stands for a business model associated with online video on demand, like SVOD and TVOD. SVOD is subscription-based video on demand. AVOD is advertisement-based video on demand. And TVOD is transactional video on demand. On the face of it, this might seem counterintuitive, at least where India is concerned. According to a recent report by CII and Boston Consulting Group, over the past few years, India has seen a remarkable surge in SVOD content. Furthermore, the Indian OTT industry has been transitioning from the AVOD to the SVOD model. So, why such a move? It appears there's still a lot of money to be made with the AVOD model. Last November, analysts at Media Partners Asia's APOS India conference reportedly said that among OTT services, AVOD would continue to garner more revenue than SVOD. In fact, India's AVOD market size is estimated to grow from $1.1 billion in 2021 to $2.4 billion in 2026, according to a Deloitte 2022 prediction report. Now, what would such a move mean for Netflix? Would Netflix have to change its content strategy to grow its ad business in India? At the moment, Netflix is identified by its premium content. Would that focus shift to more mass-oriented local content? After all, mass reach is essential if it wants to capture the advertiser's interest.
In terms of the AVOD landscape, what it does is that, firstly, the landscape is heavily fragmented because India has got close to 60 plus OTT platforms today. A larger portion of these platforms are, AVOD based. Secondly, 60% of your AVOD revenue today is dominated by OTT platforms, which have got a very huge dependence on maybe aggregation of content or maybe sports content. So I think, a lot of change is required in terms of content strategy if one were to go in this market. Last but not the least, this market is very massy in nature. So Netflix as a platform is more for the niche audience. But if you look at most of the AVOD platforms in terms of the DNA or in terms of way they operate, they are very massy in nature in terms of the content they offer. So, some of the metrics, if you see like, YouTube, MX Player, Hotstar, the kind of metrics they have in terms of MAU, are probably 2x or 3x as compared to what the broadcaster-led OTT platforms are today. So I think this is how the entire AVOD market in India is. So it is not going to be easy for Netflix. It's going to be a very tough ride for them because there are other players, specifically aggregators and sports-led OTT platforms, which have a huge edge, because of the heavy consumption numbers on their platforms.
And does this move by Netflix indicate that the future of the Indian OTT market is freemium?
So India OTT market, if you look at the future actually is mixed as of now. So, we are definitely seeing a huge amount of growth in terms of SVOD revenue. And this is primarily to do with the nature of content that is being offered. So, a platform really cannot rely purely on AVOD because that somehow does not guarantee you that cash flow. And if you really want to make that large scale content which is expensive in nature, you need to have an SVOD base. So I think once we started off in this market about 7 years back, most of the platforms were only offering AWOD services. But when they started to realize that they have to really offer their premium content because of the OTT audience being so demanding, most of them, are seeing that transition towards SWOD. And which is why you see, probably the SWOD revenue is growing slightly faster as compared to the AWOD revenue. But if you look at the split today, it is about 65-35 in favor of AWOD. This number about 5 years back was about 85-90 in favor of AWOD. So the share of SWOD is kind of increasing because of people's willingness to, to pay for the premium content. And I think going ahead, SWOD will grow at a faster pace. But nonetheless, I think freemium is what is going to be preferred for the next 5 years at least, wherein you will not see AWOD numbers probably coming down less than 50% in terms of share.
At present, Netflix has no presence in the sports domain anywhere in the world. Considering that IPL has had a large hand in Disney Plus Hotstar's success in India, can Netflix afford to ignore this area, especially given the love for cricket that Indians have?
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.